You got it.
All right, I guess we're live. So Robbie and I were talking about, traditional sexual harassment at work, but we are going to get right into the drink along. Thanks for joining us, guys. Let's drink, and today we're drinking, as you may or may not know, we are drinking Elijah Craig Barrel Proof, specifically their A122 release, and we're glad to have you with us. I'm sure we'll pick up some more stragglers as we go along, but we're grateful for those who are joining now. You guys are great, and Robbie and I were just
hold up. I figure we've got to address a couple issues here first. First of all, we were talking about being employed in college and in the early 2000s and being like just smacked on the butt. I worked at a place. And I was washing dishes, and she goes, "I can see those undies," and slapped me on the butt. And I thought, "Oh yeah, I better pull my pants up." Like, different era. Second of all, Cole is not at his house. Cole is at his in-laws' house, which is haunted.
Ghost house. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He does not have headphones. He does not have his. You don't even have your mic, do you?
We might have a slight echo, and I apologize for that ahead of time.
Okay. The echo also might be the ghosts. And third of all, I'm a little bit sick. I'm not feeling great.
Really?
I also I'm
sickness.
Got like a little. Yep. But here's the other thing. Yesterday, I was doing a bench press and watching the Nebraska game, and I kind of like moved weird. And like, have you ever had your sternum pop?
Yes.
Yeah. So my sternum popped, and like last night, I was like sick. Could only sleep on my stomach because like I was on my side, my sternum hurts. So I'm lagging in that regard. And Cole, why don't you hold your cute little finger up there? Cole was slicing an onion with a dull knife, and he sliced himself up.
And it very well might be stitch worthy, to be honest. But you know what they say: snitches get stitches.
Ooh,
and we'll find out today if I was a snitch.
You should probably already know.
So, no, I know. No, I wasn't, but this might have just been pure bad luck. But I have a chip clip applying pressure to my pinky right now so that it is not bleeding excessively. So, but it's all good. What they say, Elijah Craig Barrel Proof A122 might be the perfect antiseptic for this kind of situation. So we'll find out.
I sent you a meme the other day where, what was it? It was like alcohol on outside of the body cleans the wound.
Yeah.
Alcohol. What was it? Oh, I can't remember. And I got to think.
Alcohol inside the body like heals the wound or something like that.
Like the emotional wound. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So Cole's got like when we do ice pour, Cole, you just got to put it in your cup and.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I'll take off the alcohol rub, and John says rub some. Yeah, and John and
we're
Sean
all on the same page, and that's why we like
bourbon in there.
We're all on the same page.
Pour one out for the homie right on top.
Cool. So I gotta tell you.
Okay, so let me tell you what it looked like when I was chopping onions. So I was just chopping onions with the Santoku knife at my in-laws' place, and all of a sudden I'm like, oh. Cut myself. Let me put it under the and I immediately move it to the sink and start pouring water over it. But meanwhile, I look over to the onion cutting zone, and I've never seen such carnage. Like it wasn't the worst thing you've ever seen. But normally when I cut myself, there's no drippage. I saw at least. I mean, you can see it on my shirt. Like I guess you can't see it, but.
Well, yeah, it's also tricky because I think you're on your laptop and it got a little Blair Witch Project on us too. Or like you're moving around.
Exactly.
Like, keep those hips still.
Yeah.
So what was I gonna say? Balls. I don't remember. So should we get into this? We got let's
go.
Oh, let's.
I love it.
Go. Yeah. That's why I posted it because I'm like, we're talking about all this other stuff, meandering. Who knows if there's a missile prick in the audience?
Oh, the onions, for the record, perfect, John, were for hot dogs.
Okay.
Kind of like a slurry.
Did you ever see the Grease dogs, the ones he makes with these onions?
No, I would love to see.
Oh man, it's pretty good. It's just a lot of caramelized onions, American cheese on hot.
Love
it. Looked delicious. So the funny thing though, I was gonna say is Heather called me and she's like, Cole's crying, but he says it's because of the onions, not because of the cut. So
yeah. The funny thing is, I mean, you know how this works is like high adrenaline. There's very little pain. Like I don't feel any pain. The only pain I feel is from this chip clip.
That's because you got a sharp knife. You got a sharp knife, and that's the other thing. Like I remember, I've watched a lot of like war documentaries, and they always send their medics out with chip clips, just because that's how it goes.
Yeah, you just gotta. What is it? A tourniquet? Tourniquet?
Yep,
they call it. Yeah,
I believe it's a tourniquet.
Tourniquet. You had me going for a second there.
All right. We should get into this. So, what is everybody buzzing on? The banner up for a second.
Viewers, we love you, and you know what we're drinking today: the barrel proof Elijah Craig A122. And I'm gonna give you a hint. Into the next 3 months, we also have the 522 coming up. So that'll be couriered out very soon. That is one of the next 3 months, or the next 3 of the next pours. We're going to be drinking Elijah Craig.
Two of our loyal listeners are already drinking it right now. As Entry Buzz is cool.
What's that?
2 of our loyal listeners are
at
already
least
drinking
2. That. Oh wow!
So Ben and John, yeah.
Ben,
So feel free to discontinue your Patreon stuff.
Yeah, you don't even need it.
Yeah. You don't need it. You don't need
just
us.
For the next 3 months, just hop off.
You don't need us. No one needs us. But we're darn glad you're here.
Darn glad. So I got my father-in-law's not Glencairn's Waterford glasses. They're super nice. Yeah.
All right. So last night, I wasn't feeling great. I could feel the sickness coming on.
Down with the sickness.
And I just wasn't feeling great. I haven't even entry buzzed yet because I was like, I just don't feel like drinking. Anyway, Finley is doing her thing. She comes she's pouring orange juice because we do orange juice toasts for the Nebraska games.
Nice.
And she comes in with some my Glencairn. She goes, Dad, can I use this? I'm like, well, no, that's not really great for just walking around playing with. She goes, okay. Oh, well, hello, Connor.
Yeah.
It's been a while. And then she comes in later. She comes in with one of my sample bottles. She's like, Dad, can I pour this? I'm like, no, I need that. She goes, you need this for your podcast. And I go, yeah. So then she comes to the office and goes, what can I pour you, Dad? I'm like, and I know we're in this phase where she's just got to be a little Susie homemaker, and she's got to. So she poured the last of my Elijah Craig 18 for me last night and made me drink it. I was peer pressured by a 5-year-old to drink when I didn't want to.
Well, that reminds me of Dram Hound's daughter. Who will assist in any bourbon related thing. So knows you're getting off of I wouldn't say so here's my thing. I'm getting to the point where I'm comparing everything to Buffalo Trace.
You've been at that point since the beginning of this podcast, Cole.
That's true. That is true.
You've still been there.
Yeah. That's great. So yeah, yesterday I tried, since I got the Wild Turkey Kentucky Spirit, the barrel pick that I got recently, and I tried it next to Buffalo Trace, and I was like, sadly, Buffalo Trace beats this specific single barrel. And
you're all super handsome and
good looking. Mm-hmm. No, it was just funny to me, just comparing things to Buffalo Trace, which is a $26 bottle. So what are you getting off the nose of this? Anyone? This is an open question to anyone listening and drinking along.
Nose-wise, I'm getting a lot of just appley and vapor. There's a decent amount of vapor on the sucker. And very appley.
Yeah. No, I can get behind that. It's nothing too potent, to be honest. And the proof on this guy, for the record, is 60.4, so 120.8. Yeah, it kind of smells like barrel proof bourbon. I'm with John.
Oh, amazing. Yeah. No, I hadn't thought of that. Thanks, John. Appreciate that. Uh-oh. Cole, you froze. Oh, you're back. That looked like you just took the longest swig ever. It just froze with your glass to your mouth.
So this is hot on the palate for me, really hot. This could be 130 plus on the tongue, at least.
It's got a sweetness like a honey.
So yeah. Ben Klepsig just said apple, a little honey. I get really behind the honey. The apple a little bit for sure. But the honey is front and center with a little oakiness. If you did barrel aged honey, this would be it.
I'm here too.
Am I frozen still?
Nope, I'm good. Sorry. I just switched my settings because I forgot to switch them and then it stopped. Mouth-wise, like I would think I'm drinking Evan Williams bottled, like not bottled on, but like bottled on, but barrel proof. Because like it's super nutty to me. Really peanutty for sure. After you get kind of behind after the initial burn of the barrel proof kind of a thing. But it definitely feels hot.
Yeah. No, I mean, that's like the biggest note is just pure alcohol vapor on the palate for me at the front. But then it soaks into a nice honey and like Smiles was saying, cinnamon. But yeah, Dramhound says my nose hairs are singed. I'm with you. It's a little strong. It's stronger than 120 to me, easily.
It could. Are you sure that's singed or is it singed? Because it could be like, oh, this is hot. No, I get behind the like. There's a good amount of oakiness there, and it is definitely dry. Like this is it's.
Whew, but there's a honeyness to it still. Like
definitely sweetness.
Dry. It is like the alcohol shows up on the palate as well. But I would say it starts honey or it starts burn, then turns to honey, and then turns to oak to me.
Okay, maybe I'm getting my peanuttiness mixed up with like oakiness.
Ben brings up a good point of stone fruit or like peach or apricot. I think definitely on the finish a little bit for me. You know what, listeners / the people that are listening now / the people that will listen later, this is amazing. This is amazing talking with you guys, our favorite listeners on the planet. Tomorrow we're going to release our next episode, and we will gush about you guys a little bit. I'll tell you that. So we love you guys. So thanks for joining.
It is great.
Yeah, and Sean brings up a good point. Is that this is typically a note you'll get off of Elijah Craig Barrel Proof is like a nice spicy oak.
Oh.
So I think I'm ready for some water.
You know, Cole, that might be what we need to do next round is also send out Kentucky limestone water. Make sure, because like I've got like.
You're not the first person to think of this.
Oh, I'm not the second
to think of this.
Oh, pardonnez-moi.
Yeah.
Step on your toes there, monsieur. Monsieur.
Yeah. Let's go.
Yeah, like I've got I got those 2 half-liter liters and like use 3 drops a week.
Yeah, that's all you need. Just pour a little bit out for the homies, literally.
For our homies,
not for the dead homies, for the alive homies.
This is hot. Like I get my mouth has a decent amount of tingle left from the first few sipperoos.
Yeah.
So here's the thing, folks. Football season's coming up. I know we're missing a couple folks who I can't remember who messages.
Andrew Loudon was one of them.
Andrew, I was like, hey, doing my fantasy draft right now. I think the goal is to kind of get this between football games, right? So between NFL games, so you can not have any time to do the honeydews between games, which you normally would. But if there's a better time, again, I think we've said it before, we haven't gotten really any response on it. But if there's a better time to do drink-alongs, let us know.
Let us know.
We'll figure it out. You know, we're open. We're open.
And we're planning on doing a second one in September for the record. So
yes, we will do one at the end of September because we did not get one in August.
Yep. And that'll be the Nulu pick from ADHD Whiskey. So we're excited about that. I agree with you, Ben. There is some viscosity. I don't know if you were talking, Ben, about the water pour, but yeah, there is some viscosity going on there, which I can dig.
To me, so here's the thing. Sometimes you add water for whatever reason, it does give a little bit more vapory on it. This is less so, like, or maybe 2 because I've already had a couple sips. But mouthfeel-wise, I think it got less viscous for me, but still, I'm getting a lot of like just peanuttiness. Oaky kind of, but it's sweet throughout, which is really nice. Like it's very pleasant.
Yeah.
Graham cracker with caramel sauce on. Ooh.
Whoa, John's bubble sauce.
I'm gonna wrap my head around that and take another sip because I Well, like graham crackers can be a little bit towards that nutty side, so I can see that for sure.
Speaking of graham crackers, for this shindig I'm at now, which I'm breaking away in a random room for, I made some homemade cheesecake with graham cracker crust.
Oh, there you go. Speaking of graham crackers, I got a backpacking size solo stove just for making s'mores around the house and potentially going backpacking with.
You really?
Yeah. It's great.
That's
it was
so
on
cool.
It was like an Amazon Prime deal, and it's great because you put it on the tabletop. Kids can it just uses small tinder,
nice.
from small branches and stuff like that.
How much?
I think it was like 80.
That's
which is kind of a lot. Compare it to like your bigger solo stove, it's like really 80, and I could pay 300 for but it's packable, and you can put it on the stovetop or the tabletop outside, and kids get to do that.
So shout out to Miles Ferguson, who I hung out with this morning. Actually, he was back in Richmond. Miles told me he just bought a solo stove and wanted to give a shout out to you, Robbie.
Oh, I saw Dramhound posted some sort of solo. I don't know if Dramhound got the solo
stove
or if it was just like an enter at a liquor store kind of thing. So I saw that as well. But no, it is great. If you or your spouse or your significant other or your dog does not like smoke, get yourself a solo stove. And it makes the best embers for s'mores. Cole's making Bloody Mary. That was nice. Cole's making Bloody Marys. Bloody Coles.
Yeah. Bloody bourbons.
Spicy oak and finishes pure snickerdoodle. John Hughes says it's getting what is it? A little sickly sweet. Like it is. It's very sweet.
Whoa, Dramhound! Congrats.
Oh, there you go, buddy. You got some good time with Dram Pup in the future.
Yeah. Oh, Dram Pup's gonna love that. I assure you. Well, Robbie can probably assure you because I don't know what a solo stove is like yet.
Great.
But actually, our backyard would very much benefit from a solo stove.
The nice thing too is they don't get super hot. Like they're hot enough, but I guess you're lucky to not.
So could I put it? I have a what do you call it? One of those gazebo things with a roof. Would it work well in the middle of one of those?
I would think it might, because you're not going to get a lot of smoke, but there will be heat. So it depends on how tall your gazebo is, I would think.
It's pretty tall, so I think it'll be okay.
Yeah, but you can like if you get the ring for it, you can kind of put it anywhere. So you can put it on top of it, like you put it in your lawn and it wouldn't burn your lawn. I'd assume. Don't quote me.
Yeah. Hey, I got money. No, I'm kidding. No, but maybe I will buy a solo stove. All my jewelry income might afford me one.
Cole, you're so money, you don't even know it.
Yeah, I got money. You ever heard the song "Can't Tell Me Nothing" by Kanye?
I don't listen to Kanye.
It's a great song. It was like 08 album Graduation. And it is such a funny song. And the original, not the original, but one of the first music videos for it was Zach Galifianakis mouthing all the lyrics to it. Worth looking up.
I will go watch that. I like Zach.
Can't tell me nothing. Wait, Sean, who should we hit up for a sponsorship?
Solo stove. Follow the thought here, Cole.
So okay, speaking of which,
Bush's is the first.
I'm at a party, like a family party, and someone brought out a huge can of Bush's baked beans, and I tell them the whole thing. I'm like, all right, here's the goal. Here is the goal. And they all thought it was amazing. So Miles is getting bitter with ice. I haven't sipped it yet. Do you get?
I have not started yet. So like the nuttiness to me. Is anyone else getting nuttiness? Because that's like
not as much as you are. I don't think
it's like predominant for me. Like so late. I don't know. I got a little pepper. Like pepper might be my new latex because I get a lot of pepper and on things. And I think when it goes, maybe that's my oakiness is kind of peppery. I don't know, but I'm getting nuttiness for sure.
Wait, does Maya agree on the nose? John, is that your tiny daughter? Not to dox you or your daughter.
She agrees.
Yeah.
Tiny daughter, snickerdoodle with these.
John
not getting much. Would you call me? Oh. So I'm not getting. I can see where it goes a little bitter. I can see where we'll go though. I'm not getting bitter with it.
I'm not getting super bitter.
But it's not. It's definitely not as sweet on the back end. Still
Miles
nutty
needs
for me.
Patricia for this one.
Patricia's the best.
Patricia's great. Classy lady.
Yeah,
so yeah, I'm not getting bitter,
muted,
but I'm potentially this might be my best pour.
You know, I would think water is possible. Like neat is great. Neat is great, but it's really hot. I think water dialed down the heat a little bit, and I think that might be my favorite. This is almost a little muted with the ice. It's colder. It got colder, which is strange, but yeah.
So I will get behind your nutty note. At first, this is nowhere near Booker's nutty, but I am getting a little nutty with the ice.
Did we do Booker's on the show?
Yes, we've done Booker's. No, not on the show, but we've done Booker's on drink-alongs before. And actually, shout out to the next Booker's release. We might be doing that on a future drink-along.
Oh, the next Booker's release is like, honey, they just shouted me out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that'll be the name of it.
Oh boy, how you doing there, Cole?
I think it's not bleeding any further, so that's the good news.
Oh, Dram Pup. Isn't it?
So Ben says meat is best for him.
All right, so I guess that
anything interrupted by Dram Pup is worth it. I mean, Dram Hound.
So I think that's probably a good point. So, like, which was your favorite pour? Start thinking of your ratings.
Yeah. I want to hear everyone's rating.
Oh, okay. I like Sean here. Sean says found that adding water kind of separates the oily parts from Elijah Craig. It makes it a little more harsh. So
I can see that.
I like that. I like when anybody thinks more about whiskey than I do.
The ice pour, personally.
You dig the ice? I can get behind that. Yeah. I think ice is nice. It's not like there's nothing. It's like nothing too out there on it. Neat water ice.
Okay, John disagrees with me.
Yeah.
Here's my thing: is that pre-bottle change. You know, those who know, Elijah Craig Barrel Proof used to have a stubby bottle. Pre-bottle change was best, and I don't know if anyone agrees with me on that. But since they changed the bottle to the taller bottles, I haven't had a Elijah Craig Barrel Proof that blew my mind. So we'll find out, and maybe that'll change. But I like it. It's not hubba to what for me. Yeah.
No, I mean, like I don't think this is any Elijah Craig Barrel Proof is going to get hubba to what, right? I don't think because you kind of expect it, like you're expecting it to be better than others. And you know, John, I gotta say, I think the C3PO was my favorite, but that's
C3PO. Yeah. R2D2.
All right, I'm going back to neat here real quick.
Okay. CPPO, as Amar used to say.
Mm-hmm. All right, Cole, you got some ratings in mind? He's got his in 8.5.
I'm gonna give this a 7.9.
Oh, wow.
Didn't make 8. It's good. It is not bad. Nothing about this pour is bad to me. But it didn't even close to blow my mind.
Okay.
The oak showed up a little too strong to me. The nuttiness was nice, but not good enough. So yeah, I'm going to say it's close to 8, but 7.9.
Okay. I think like mind blowing is 8.8. No, I think like you get like 8.8 to like 9.3. Like my mind is blown, kind of thing.
So what's 9.3 plus? What would you call that?
That's hubba what?
Yeah, that's for sure.
I don't know. Like, but I mean, like in that range. I mean, even like you can get mind blowing past that point. I like this a lot. It's been a while since I've had a barrel proof. And I feel like neat wise, it kind of like if I'm gonna drink a barrel proof, I kind of want to get that like mouthfeel numbness.
Yeah.
And this gets it for sure. So I'm gonna go 8.5.
Okay.
I like it. I think it's not the best, not the best Elijah Craig barrel proof I've ever had, but still pretty good.
So Miles, what's your rating? I haven't seen yours yet. Oh, there we go. Miles said 8.3.
8.3.
Dramhound. Oh, I was talking about Maker's Mark. He said C3PO. Couldn't remember the same profiles.
So
yeah, I'm with you, Dramhound. Not mind blowing, but good. I'm with you.
I think that's solid. And if you like,
yeah.
If if you again, all you guys, you see a bottle, you're probably gonna grab the bottle, right? Like you get a barrel proof, you grab it.
Why not?
Good to go.
Yeah. So,
but I think that's part of the problem.
Time. Oh, we're
about there. I think that's part of the problem, though, is when you kind of get to that habitual status, it's something that you don't expect to be good, and you go, "Oh my gosh, like that's great." So you're yawning, man. You know what?
I hate to do it.
Since we've started like the early recordings,
maybe it's blood loss. That's what it is.
Oh, jeez.
I'll just pass out. No, but this is good, and yeah, we're looking forward to that Nulu pick next. But guys, thank you for joining.
Seriously, as always,
part of this, and thanks for just being supporters. And thanks for drinking along. There's not enough things we can thank you for. But we can thank you for a few things. Thanks for drinking along.
Thank you for a few things.
Yeah,
that sounds slightly ungrateful. Cool.
Wait, what sounds ungrateful?
We can thank you for a few things.
No. A bunch of things.
Exactly.
For being ballers, first of all.
So here's the thing, Cole. This is what I always think of every time we do this. I think, man, you know what? We may not be the preeminent whiskey podcast, but we got some of the best listeners, and
we do.
It just like every time we do this, I'm like, man,
we don't buy them either.
We don't buy them. We don't.
As John knows.
Yeah. We I just at some point, Cole, we got to make it happen. Maybe next summer we just got to say, hey, we're gonna meet in this large city because it's cheap for everyone to fly to or drive to, and just hang out. Like, I would love to share a drink in person.
We got to plan that now.
Digitally. Would love to do it.
Yeah.
And you know how good we are at planning, Cole.
We're super good at planning.
He's the worst. Cole, you're just clicking through.
If we all we gotta say is
I didn't have time to read
Airbnb that we're staying at. Join us at this Airbnb. Sleep on the floor if you have to. That's good enough. We'll get some cots or something like that.
You're all super handsome.
Yeah.
Then if we get an Airbnb, that neighborhood next door app is going to go crazy. Like, what are all these good looking gentlemen and ladies doing here?
Watch out. Good looking men. Yeah. So
you're just clicking through things like crazy.
I am, but a lot of people are talking, so I can't. I say Madison. I'll go back to Madison any day.
I've never been. City. I would love to.
You would love Wisconsin, bro. So anyway, we're closing in on 30 minutes, and we appreciate you guys. Thanks for drinking along. Thanks for supporting Chill Filtered. We love you guys, and thanks for I had Aaron for
I haven't listened to that yet.
Yeah,
busy week. But that's an interesting take.
Yeah, so if you haven't listened, I believe it.
I'm sure all of you guys have, but let's check out John's Embellished Pod. He's getting great people.
What a baller. Freaking baller. So yeah, check him out. Thanks for joining, guys. We'll see you not even next month. We'll see you this month for the Nulu ADHD pick. It's an ADHD pick, and we love you guys. We'll see you guys next 3 weeks or so. So
yeah, and cool. I hope you don't bleed out, and I hope those onions taste great.
I think the onions will taste great, but Robbie, I hope that your Labor Day weekend is amazing.
I hope it is too. But most of all, thank you guys for being Patreon supporters. Thank you so much for drinking with us. And I hope our love of spirits lifted yours.
We'll see you.